Welcome, welcome to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome lineup of institutions for you to hear from this evening, and we can't wait to get started. But before that, I have a couple of housekeeping items for you all. First of all, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. Secondly, sign up for more sessions. This is an awesome way to learn about schools in a short amount of time. So there's a whole hour after this, and so we hope that you will sign up for additional sessions by going to strivescan.com/Virginia. This session is also being recorded, and so all the sessions that were happening tonight are being recorded, and you will be able to access those at strivescan.com/Virginia within 1 week of tonight. Finally, we know you're going to have some questions, and our panelists definitely want to make sure that you get the answers to your questions. So at any time, you can put your question in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen, type out your question, and then also note the college or institution that you're directing your question to so that they can answer appropriately. Lastly, this is a 6x6 program, which means colleges and universities only have 6 minutes to share great information with you. So we hope that it's just enough so that you'll want to learn a little bit more. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to them. First up, you're going to hear from Roanoke College. And take it away, Kelsey, whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well this evening. I am Kelsey Souter. I am an admissions assistant director of admissions here at Roanoke College. Roanoke College is actually in Salem, Virginia. Even though it is Roanoke College and there is Roanoke City about 15 minutes away, Roanoke College actually is a little bit older, named after the county. So we are actually in Salem, Virginia. We are one of the best 386 colleges based off of the Princeton Review in 2021. We are, of course, your typical small private liberal arts college. We are a top producer of Fulbright scholars, and we are one of the top 20 schools for accessible and approachable professors. We have live learning residential communities and a ton of global networks. Right. Let's see if we can. Oh no, get to my next one here. Seems that I am now having technical difficulties. Let's see. There we go. So like I mentioned before, Roanoke College is actually in Salem, Virginia. We call it sunny Salem because it is a nice, friendly town. But of course, we have Roanoke City about 15 minutes away. Roanoke City actually used to be bigger than Charlotte, North Carolina, if you are familiar with that area. And then last but not least, we have our spectacular scenery, which is home to Virginia's Blue Ridge. We are about 10 minutes away from the Appalachian Trail. There are plenty of opportunities in Roanoke City, but the outdoor recreation with the concerts, museums, and shopping just about 10 minutes away is also available in the city of Roanoke. The airport is about 10 minutes away, and the Amtrak is also about 10 minutes away. It goes straight from Roanoke all the way up to New York City. I like to tell students that it is easy to find a small school kind of in the middle of nowhere near the mountains. It's really easy to find a small private liberal arts college, and it's really easy to find a school in the city. It's pretty difficult to find a school with all three of those, but somehow Roanoke College does it. Just a little bit of some facts about Roanoke College. This is kind of our stats from 2005. We're about 42% male, 58% female, about 50% from Virginia, and about 50% out of state. We're represented by 39 states and 31 different countries, so we are pretty geographically diverse. Like I mentioned before, we have a small campus, small private liberal arts, about 2,000 students on campus. Our average class size is about 18, but we are capped at about 28, 30 students. So you will never have those big lecture hall style classrooms. Our student to teacher or student to faculty ratio is about 13:1. And as you can see, obviously on our little map where we are, where if you're thinking geographically, we're about 45 minutes from Blacksburg, which is home to Virginia Tech. All right, so kind of looking a little bit closer at our majors, minors, and concentrations. We have about 50 majors plus 69 minors, concentrations, and pre-professional programs such as pre-law, pre-med, pre-vet, pre-physical therapy. The most popular programs on campus are business administration, psychology, which is in our top 3, computer science, and most recently, sports management. The difference between our small private liberal arts college and a lot of other ones is our core programs. We have a one-of-a-kind topic-based courses built around your interest core program. We do not have general ed courses at Roanoke College. What we have instead is our core curriculum called intellectual inquiry. It is a tongue twister, so instead our students and me like to say INQ instead. So you will never have intro to chem, stats 101, sociology 101, intro to history, nothing like this. Instead, your classes will be topic-based, like chemistry and crime, sports statistics, does gun control save lives, women in politics, my favorite, Why Hitler, which is based on the Holocaust, and also a course focused on the arts, advocating for the arts. What this does is kind of give our students the chance to kind of navigate their own path for their career instead of having to choose that major right off the bat, and also to be able to kind of look at courses in a more interesting way. What we found is that our students' general ed GPA or core GPA is a little bit more aligned with their major GPA. We are only one of 3 schools in the country to have a core program like this, so it's pretty unique to us. We also have a lot of real world experiences. The average student does about 5, whether that's in creative works, research, service learning, internships, or even study away programs. We offer study away programs in the United States as well as internationally as well. In order to do those creative works, you do not have to be a theater or art music major. You can participate being any major on campus. And our research is some of my favorite because we are strictly undergrad, so all experience is straight on with you and your professor. This is just kind of a look at where some of our students have gone before. One of my favorite numbers is 93% of our students within 6 months of graduation are either enrolled in graduate school or have a job requiring a bachelor's degree. We have over 100 groups to join, whether that's outdoor adventures, board game clubs, tons of student organizations on campus, student government. We have 22 NCAA division athletic teams, and we are in the ODAC conference. We've recently added wrestling, most popular being lacrosse, baseball, and basketball. Over 36 million we have in merit scholarships, and our average awards are $35,000. If you want any more information on financial aid, please feel free to reach out to us. I will kind of share where we are in the application process right now. Obviously, if you are a senior, please get those applications in, but if not, if you're a junior, we open on June 1st. Our purpose is to help you find yours. Take a screenshot if you need that info, but if not, hopefully we'll see you on campus in sunny Salem. Thank you.
Elsie, thanks so much to you and Roanoke College. Great presentation. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you the University of Kentucky. Take it away, Erica, whenever you're ready.
Hi guys, my name is Erica Shibley. I'm with the University of Kentucky Admissions Office. I'm excited to chat with you guys today about some basic information about the University of Kentucky. So we are located in Lexington, Kentucky. So depending on where you are in Virginia or Maryland or any of these areas, that's typically about a 6 to 8 hour drive for most of the major cities. So that's my favorite part about Lexington and about the University of Kentucky is that we are very, very accessible. We have over 30,000 students on campus, so we are a pretty large public institution. Usually our freshman class is somewhere between 5,000 and 5,500 students, and we have over 200 majors and minors that we comprise into one of our 16 academic colleges. One of the things we really pride ourselves in is community on campus, and that will definitely be my theme throughout this presentation. I really want to make sure you guys understand how much we try to give you both the big school experience and the small school experience. You guys can see that our student to faculty ratio is pretty small, and 85% of our classes have 50 or fewer students. So we really do try to keep our classes small, while of course, like I said, giving you that big school experience through sporting events, community service events, concerts, and things like that. We love to talk about getting involved on campus. I think it's one of the best ways for students to find their community. We offer over 550 student organizations, and those can really range from anything from Greek life to various hobbies and interests that you might have, to religious and spiritual organizations. We really do have it all. And kind of like I said, it is a really, really wonderful way for you guys to meet some other people. I am actually a UK grad myself, and I was really, really involved with a lot of our community service community service organizations on campus, and I absolutely loved it. And again, it really gave me a good opportunity to meet some new people outside of my classes and my residence halls. Obviously, one of the best things about going to Kentucky is all of our traditions. You may have seen us, if you're a big basketball fan or a big football fan, you may have watched Kentucky on TV a time or two. But my favorite part about that experience is that it really does show you how much pride people have for the university. You will never not see blue on campus. Everybody's always wearing UK gear from head to toe. And no matter where you go in the country, you will find a UK fan somewhere. One of my other favorite parts about the experience of going to UK is living in Lexington. It is such an amazing place to live. Just wanted to show you guys a little sneak peek of what it's like to be in downtown Lexington. It's a pretty mid-sized city. So you guys can see a little over 300,000 people live in Lexington. And you sort of get both an urban experience and sort of a picturesque rural experience. So downtown Lexington is definitely very urban. There's a lot of really great things to do, great shopping, farmers markets, concerts, live music, all that stuff. But our own campus, UK's campus, is definitely kind of in its own place in Lexington. So you sort of get the best of both worlds while, enjoying our campus, but you're only a short walk to downtown Lexington and all the wonderful things that it has to offer. I always tell students that Lexington is a really good place to be a young professional. So it's very, very exciting to pursue internships and part-time jobs, full-time jobs maybe. So lots of good things to look forward to while living there. We are also the horse capital of the world. If you're not a horse person, you might be like, why is she telling me this? But it definitely also becomes part of your experience at Kentucky. And we are centered in some of the most beautiful and world-renowned horse farms. So it is really, really cool and kind of an interesting dynamic. Just to give you guys an idea of how many students we have out of state and specifically to Virginia, Maryland, and DC. So you guys can see we have over 500 students at UK currently from DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and 34% of our students are out of state students. And that number is continuously growing. So just wanted to talk a little bit about the admissions process. No matter where you are in the cycle, this information is very, very helpful. So just to give you guys a general idea of what we are looking for and how to apply to UK, typically our application goes live August 1st of your senior year. And all we really need from you to have a complete application is that $50 application fee, your official high school transcript, and of course the application itself. We are test optional through the 2024-2025 academic year. So that means you can apply to UK without a test score. And that's really up to you as far as what you'd like, how you'd like to apply. But obviously we won't penalize you either way. Whatever works for you works for us. As far as kind of what we're looking for in an applicant, you guys can see just some averages in there, of course, but we really have a well-rounded application process. We want to make sure that all of our students are being considered regardless of your GPA or your test score. So it is very, very holistic. So if you're a sophomore or a junior, now is definitely a good time to sort of think about what you might be putting on that application and how you can really show us exactly who you are, both inside and outside of the classroom. We have some really, really wonderful visit opportunities. So I wanted to end my presentation by talking about those. We are open for both in-person tours and obviously we have some great virtual options. We do campus tours at least twice a day, Monday through Friday. And you can always visit our visitor center website to learn more about those. This is my contact information. Please feel free to take a picture of this. There's also a link to set up a meeting with me. So if you guys have further questions about UK, that is a great place to start. And you can also see our admissions website up there as well. But that is it for me. Thank you guys so much. And on to the next.
Erica, thanks so much to you and University of Kentucky. Audience, please don't hesitate to put all of your questions in the Q&A at any point. List your question and then also the institution you're directing your question to. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Pennsylvania College of Technology. Tyler, take it away whenever you're ready.
Oops. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Pauling. I'm from the Pennsylvania College of Technology. I'm going to try and breeze through this here for y'all to get you as much information as we can about Penn College, and we'll move on to the next school. So like I mentioned, my name is Tyler Pauling. I'm an admissions counselor here. I am actually from the area that Pennsylvania College of Technology is located here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, in North Central PA, just about 3.5 hours from all the major cities in Pennsylvania, New York City. Great timing, buddy. And also Baltimore. Oh my gosh. Hey, no. So Pennsylvania College of Technology is a, oh my God, is a applied hands-on technology education focused school in which we are giving students the focus of using their hands during their education process. So a huge focus of our Pennsylvania College of Technology experience is the lab environment that we give students. So we have state-of-the-art technology in all of our labs, like you're seeing here with some of our nursing students, where students are spending the strong majority of their time actually working with their hands and doing these, vital skills that they need to learn for the workforce. So we used to advertise it was about 3-to-1 ratio as far as time spent in the lab doing these hands-on activities versus, in lectures, looking at presentations and taking notes, things like that. And just some of our general statistics. Regarding Penn College. So we have over 100 diverse majors, about 98 graduation placement rate, over 150 different labs throughout campus. And our average class size is about 17. I am so sorry. So, as I mentioned, a strong part of the Pennsylvania College of Technology education is the access to the latest technology in our labs. So you're seeing here some more examples of that experience from our dental hygienist clinic to the masonry lab, our aviation maintenance technology program, brewing fermentation, baking and culinary arts. The list goes on and on and on. As I mentioned, the focus for us is to make sure students are getting a authentic experience so that they're prepared for the workforce that they're going to be going into with that hands-on education using equipment that they're going to have out in the real world. We have 3 different schools of study here at Penn College, from the business, arts and sciences, engineering technologies, and nursing and health sciences. The list of different programs throughout those schools goes on and on. Everything from construction to automotive, aviation, nursing, physician assistant, dental hygiene, to your typical business school, plastics and polymers. I could go till I'm blue in the face here. And then as far as getting more real world experience outside of the classroom, we do offer all types of internships and clinicals for our health science related students and senior capstones for some of our other programs as well. Picture here of some of our paramedic students getting some real world experience in their internship with the Little League World Series, which is hosted here in Williamsport as well. We do have global experiences for our students, traveling abroad within the States as well as internationally. Depending on the program, the destinations can vary based on France and Africa, Guatemala, different things like that. And then student life here on campus, we have tons and tons of different clubs and organizations, from the Baja Club, where they actually all get together from different programs and build their own race car and take that race car and compete against other Baja clubs, which is one of our more popular clubs here on campus, all the way to intramural sports and fly fishing clubs with our local streams and outdoor environment here. We are a Division III athletic conference as well, so all different types of sports here. Because we are an affiliate of the Pennsylvania State University, we do not have a football team. But just about any other college sport that you can imagine, we do have it here at Penn College. And as I mentioned, the student organizations and clubs that are here on campus, we also have a Greek life. This is unbelievable. And then meet Williamsport. So like I mentioned at the beginning, I am a local here from the small city of Williamsport. I know this place through and through. If you do have any questions about the city, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in. But we are a small city with a lively downtown life and plenty of outdoor experiences to take advantage of, from the Susquehanna River and fishing through the Loyalsock Creek and taking all kinds of different hikes throughout the Tidot Mountains here in Pennsylvania. And the Penn College students. So here's a little breakdown of the different statistics of our students here at Penn College, from bachelor's degrees, full-time, part-time, associate degrees, some of the other popular programs. And Courtney, I'm sorry if I'm going over time here. I no longer have my clock, but real quick, the 3-step admission process. So here at Penn College, our application is actually totally free. It takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes to fill out. And it opens up a full calendar year ahead of your start time. All we would need is your transcripts from high school, and we're able to review your application. We are what you call an open admission school, so we do not consider GPA or SAT score when reviewing applications. Following your acceptance, all you do is meet placement requirements, and we can get the ball moving for you to get started here at Penn College. And we have tons of different visit opportunities here on our visit page. I highly encourage you to take advantage of those. We do have a really beautiful campus, and the labs are really what you need to see. So thank you to everyone, and I apologize on behalf of my dog.
Tyler, don't worry. I think if anyone can relate to just virtual things, it's all of us on it. I know my dog is the naughtiest when I'm on the phone, so no worries. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Waynesburg University. Take it away, Kristen, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. So my name is Kristen. I'm an admissions counselor here at Waynesburg University. So I'm very excited to share a little bit with you about our school. So for a quick overview, we are a small private Christian liberal arts university. We were founded in 1849, so we've been around for quite some time. We are located in the southwestern corner of Pennsylvania, so very close to West Virginia, about 30 minutes north of West Virginia University, WVU, if you are familiar with that. Our mission here at Waynesburg is to educate students to make connections between their faith, their learning, and their service. So that's 3 major themes that you'll see run throughout everything that we have here. So faith on campus is a really big thing to us. However, it is not a requirement. So if faith isn't your thing, that's okay. There's still a place for you here at Waynesburg. We do have a lot of opportunities if you wanted to grow in the area. So our campus ministry center is right in the middle of campus, so you can always access it if you want to do a Bible study or a small group or something like that. We do have Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA, for those athletes who are familiar with that. We have a weekly chapel service, which is Tuesday mornings at 11. There aren't classes scheduled during that hour, but again, it's not mandatory to attend if you're not interested. We have Upper Room, which is an all student-led worship service. It was actually my favorite thing when I was a student here at Waynesburg. So it's really great. It's on Sunday evenings. But moving on to our academics, we have 70 plus major and minor concentrations. So a lot of different options for students. We do have 5 integrated bachelor's to master's programs, and those are athletic training, business, counseling, criminal investigation, and education. The other programs that we have are just strictly 4-year bachelor degrees. We are a smaller school. We've got about 1,400 students overall, 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And we do keep our average class size between 16 to 25. You would really never have more than 25 or 30 tops in a course. And 100% of our academic departments offer different variety of hands-on learning, whether that be research or internship opportunities or a lab, depending on the major. So I do have a slide here with all of our major programs, just in case you were looking for something in particular and you want to see if we have it. It is alphabetical if that helps you find it quickly. Our top 5 majors are nursing, education, criminal justice, forensic science, and business, just to give you an idea there. We are a D3 school for athletics, and we have a lot of opportunities to choose from for that. Our colors are orange and black, but we are the Yellow Jackets. Don't ask me, I didn't make it up, but it's great. We like it. In terms of scholarships, each student is going to come in with one of these achievement awards. You see that they do range from $6,000 to $16,000, which is great. They come off every year for all 4 years. You never have to apply for them again after that first year. For out-of-state students, there is a $3,000 state scholarship that you would receive on top of your achievement award every year for all 4. In terms of competitive scholarships, we do have a couple of these to choose from for any student that is eligible and interested. So the Bonner Scholarship in particular is for students who are really active in community service. That's a big part of who we are as well. Our Silver Scholarship is for students who have a passion for history, government, political science, things like that. The Founder Scholarship is for PA students only. You need a 3.5 GPA and a 1200 or higher on the SAT to apply for this one. And our Waynesburg Christian Life Scholarship is for students who are really interested in growing in their faith over their next 4 years, and they will have a Christian mentor during their time at Waynesburg. In terms of cost of attendance, we do come in at about $37,530, which sounds like a lot, but we are actually about $10,000 less on average for private schools. And you see a nice breakdown here of tuition, fees, room and board, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to put those in the chat or the Q&A box, sorry, or take a screenshot or photo of my contact info here, and I'd be happy to connect with you further. We are also open for visits as well. We have in-person visits. It's just one family at a time, no group visits, and you will get to meet with admissions and get a tour of campus, all of that good stuff. So we are trying to get back to normalcy, and we hope that we will all get there very soon. But thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys hearing what we have to say.
I was on mute. Kristen, thank you so much to you and Waynesburg University. We really appreciate it. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you UMBC. Caitlin, take it away whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Courtney. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. My name is Caitlin Henry. I am one of the admissions counselors at UMBC, so it's really great to meet you all virtually. To start us off strong, I want to go ahead and kind of orient you in terms of where we're located as a university. Or UMBC is University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which is pretty intuitive in itself. But to break that down a little bit more, we're located in Catonsville, Maryland, and that is a suburb of Baltimore County. It's only about 15 minutes away from Baltimore city limits and only, I would say, 45 minutes away from Washington, D.C. So even though we are really, really close to 2 major cities on the East Coast, we have kind of carved out our campus in Catonsville for a very good reason. And the reason is that it allows our campus to be pretty self-sustaining, very open, very green and beautiful. And it almost sometimes feels like, you know, you're not right next to a city, but you can tap into that whenever you would like. And we really love that. So as you can see by this kind of aerial view of campus, our campus is kind of encapsulated by this main road that wraps all the way around the campus. And I think that speaks to how easy it is to navigate UMBC, just getting from class to class, getting from residential hall to, you know, the dining hall. You don't necessarily have to use a car or really anything to get from class to class. A lot of students will just walk or skateboard, you know, whatever your preferred mode of transportation is. It just means that our campus is really easy to get around, and you can take advantage of all the green spaces and things like that that we have kind of at our disposal. If you have a chance, I would recommend checking out our virtual tour online. Feel free to message me for the link. And if you are in the area, feel free to message me and I can give you some information about what you should see on campus, as well as some things in our local area as well. To kind of keep us on the track of UMBC 101 and the things that you should really know about UMBC, we're a school of about 11,000 undergraduate students. We also have about 3,000 graduate students on campus as well. And essentially what you hear from our students or retrievers is that we have kind of a Goldilocks effect. We're not too big and we're really not too small either, because we're a really solid mid-sized university. What that means kind of functionally is that you can really create a community or a family for yourself at UMBC. You have a lot of one-on-one time with your professors. It's easy to land a research position with our faculty, but we're also big enough that, you know, we bring in somewhere between $80 and $100 million of research funding every year. And we've got great partnerships with the NSA and Lockheed Martin and really big employers. So we have the resources to kind of help you along the way, but you're not going to be lost in lecture halls and you know, kind of feeling overwhelmed with the size. So that's something I really love about UMBC. And another important thing to note about us is our academics and kind of how that's structured. We are a liberal arts school. We've got 61 majors to choose from. I would say the most popular or notable right now would be computer science. We are one of the top feeders for the NSA. They're one of the top recruiters of our students within that major, but we also have amazing social work and psychology programs, being close to 2 major cities. We've got a growing visual and performing arts program as well. So there really is something for everyone, and students tend to kind of mix and match as well, because the curriculum is really flexible. So you'll see dance students on the pre-medical track, you'll see computer science students who are dabbling in music. You don't have to sacrifice your passions if you're kind of on the fence about 2 majors and things like that. And then we also like to carry everything into, or kind of out of the classroom, I should say, through applied learning. So about 82% of our students will do an internship or research or education abroad at UMBC. And that's also kind of equally important in terms of making sure that you're prepared and also getting the most out of your UMBC experience. I also want to take a second to talk about what our students do when they are not in the classroom. I think that's also very important. We have over 270 student-driven clubs on campus. You really only see, you know, clubs that students are actively engaged in. But like I said before, we're also close to Baltimore and DC. If you're interested in internships, if you're just looking for something to do on, you know, a Friday night, there's a lot happening both on and off campus. In regards to the application process, this is pretty straightforward and it stays the same for the most part from year to year. So if you're looking at the application, we only accept the Common App, which makes it pretty easy, streamlines the process for you. We would also need your high school transcript. You can choose to send in the test scores if you'd like for fall 2022, but we're test optional for that term. So it is completely up to you and how you feel about your scores, or if you've even gotten to take SAT or ACT exams. Aside from that, you can submit 2 letters of recommendation. They are optional, but I highly recommend them. And then there's 2 deadlines for the fall. Early action, which is November 1st, gives you priority consideration for merit scholarships and means that you hear back a little bit sooner, which is always nice. And then a regular decision deadline of February 1st. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the chat. I'll also go ahead and try to put my email in there as well. But thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thanks so much to you and UMBC. We really appreciate your presentation tonight. Our final college presentation will be from Salem College. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Okay, hopefully everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so we are Salem College. My name's Ray Celeste Tanner, and I am an admissions counselor here at Salem. So we are a small private liberal arts college, like several of the other colleges here today, except we are a women's college. So we were founded in 1772. Like I said, we're located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But because we were founded in 1772, we're actually the oldest women's educational institution in the country. We are coming up on our 250th birthday, so a really, really exciting part about Salem. We're ranked the number 3 liberal arts college in North Carolina and 24th in the country, which we're also just very proud of. We also value social mobility. So we're ranked 10th in social mobility in the country. And we have a really small student body. So our student body is actually a little less than 1,000. We really value small class sizes and hands-on learning. So we have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 12 to 15 students. This is awesome because it means that when your professors are doing research, they'll come to you and see if you want to contribute. But also when you're looking for a letter of recommendation or something like that, your professors won't have to say, what class was Ray Celeste in with me again? They'll know, and they'll look out for you for all kinds of exciting things. And we also really value diversity. So 42% of our students identify as women of color. We also have 100% acceptance rate into law school, which we're very proud of, and an 89.6% acceptance rate into medical school and health-related graduate programs. So Salem College just made a big announcement that we will be the nation's only liberal arts college dedicated to elevating and expanding the role of women in health leadership. So what exactly does that mean? Well, we've just launched a health leadership initiative, but it's more than just preparing doctors and pharmacists. Within the field of health, if we think about it a little bit more broadly, there's policy and social work, medicine, ministry, law, public health, education. And quite frankly, we think that women should be at the table more often when big decisions about health are being made. So as a women's college, we are very excited to be launching this new health leadership initiative. This includes some new majors. So we'll have 3 new majors at this point, but I just heard whispers that another one may be approved tomorrow. So we have health sciences, health humanities, health advocacy, and humanitarian systems. And then we have a new minor, which is Spanish for health professions. These new majors are really great options for if you want to go to medical school, but also if you're interested in community health or global health, if you think you may want to go into the Peace Corps or something like that, one of these majors may be a good option for you. That said, we still have all of our other really great majors from our liberal arts background. So if you don't want to do one of the new health majors, that is totally fine. We have majors in the arts and humanities, social sciences, and natural and applied sciences as well. So in addition to learning inside of the classroom, when you go to college, you also want to learn outside of the classroom. So 100% of our students complete internships, and we have cross-registration at Wake Forest University for no extra tuition. This means that you get all of the benefits of studying at a small college while also not missing out on some of those classes that we just don't have the capacity to teach. So if you want to take Japanese, which we don't offer at Salem, you can just go right down the road to Wake Forest and take it for no extra tuition cost. We also have Division III athletics. So if you're interested in playing one of these sports, you definitely can. And we have lots of different student clubs and organizations, from identity-based, leadership and service, spiritual and religious, arts, academics, you name it. Now, we also have health leadership on campus. So we'll have yearly campus-wide programming. We have increased internship opportunities, partnerships with nonprofits, speaker series, all this great stuff, as well as global living learning communities. And so this means that you'll be able to be in the residence halls with students who are passionate about the same things you're passionate about and maybe taking the same classes you're taking. And you'll really get a full education, not just in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. So how do you apply? Well, it's very simple. First, submit an application. We're on the Common App, as well as CFNC, which is primarily for North Carolina students. But you can also apply on our website at salem.edu/apply. All we need is a high school transcript, a teacher recommendation, and a writing sample. We have a free application, and we offer rolling admissions. We're also SAT and ACT optional, and we have been for a few years. So if you're a sophomore and you're thinking, oh, well, after COVID, after the effects of COVID are lessened, will these schools still be test optional? We will still be test optional. And we're pretty affordable. So we have merit-based scholarships, like our first year merit-based scholarship, which is a half tuition merit scholarship for students with a 3.25 GPA or higher. We also have a transfer merit scholarship and art and music scholarships as well. We're offering both virtual and in-person tours. So you can, if you'd like to scan that QR code, you can get in contact with us that way. But you can also reach out to me. I work with students from Virginia. I'm from Virginia myself, and I'm happy to help you as you are on your college decision journey. So thanks so much.
Celeste, thanks so much to you and Salem College. I'm now going to invite all of our presenters to turn back on their cameras and have an opportunity to share a little bit more about your institution. So we'll go round robin in the same order that you presented originally. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus, or certainly give a fun fact about your institution? So we'll start with the University of Kentucky first.
Yeah, so probably my favorite tradition on campus would have to be our dance marathon. It is a pretty big deal at UK, and probably next to Kentucky basketball is our most beloved tradition. Since its inception 15 years ago, UK students have raised $18 million through our dance marathon. So it's a really, really big deal to our students. And I think it really shows just how communal and selfless they are for people other than themselves. So it's a really, really great example of who we are as a student body. And I love it. I did it all 4 years when I was at UK. So very special to me.
I think it's me then. So at Penn College, one of our more popular traditions is the welcome ceremony fireworks show for our new freshmen. So when all the students have been moved in and get all settled in their dorms that evening, we have a huge fireworks show out on the main quad to welcome all of our students and celebrate them getting to Penn College. So that's definitely one of our more popular celebrations.
So for Waynesburg, my favorite tradition that we have is our Charter Day. It's just the celebration of us becoming a college, and they make Charter Day chicken, and it is the best chicken I've ever had in my whole life. It is breaded. There's like a gravy kind of sauce on top. Oh, it's so good. And we just had it. So I'm really just living in it right now.
So I think it falls to us now. In regards to UMBC, I think my favorite tradition would be homecoming. And I always thought it was a little bit funny that we had a homecoming because we don't have a football team. So our tradition looks very different. It kicks off on Friday with like a 2-story bonfire. There's pretty much a permanent burn mark in Erickson Field because of how large the bonfire is every year. And then we bring like a comedian like Trevor Noah to campus. There's a crab feast. It's just a whole week of really cool events that I think really speak to like Baltimore and also UMBC. So yeah, that's my favorite tradition at UMBC.
My favorite tradition at Salem College is Fall Fest. And so Fall Fest is a competition between each of the class years where it takes the full day and the classes are canceled on the day of Fall Fest. And every class year has matching t-shirts and they prepare different skits. It starts at the crack of dawn. And the seniors go through all of the residence halls, banging on pots and pans. And the Winston-Salem State University drumline helps with waking up everyone on campus. And our president lives on campus. And so she's always awoken on the day of Fall Fest. But it's just a really fun event with lots of skits and activities. And it really, it's a friendly competition, but it's a really fun event for the whole campus.
I love it. Thanks so much for sharing. An audience, I would just say, take a look at all these professionals on your screen right now. They are the experts and they are here to help you. If you have questions along the way, never hesitate to reach out to them. Don't rely on what you think someone's brother, sisters, cousin said about that college or institution. Really go to the experts to ask their question, and it'll never be a silly one. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We really loved having you. As you close out, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. So we hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. There's still a whole hour more if you liked this format, which is a great way to learn about a lot of institutions in a short amount of time. Sign up. You can sign up at strivescan.com/Virginia. And that's also where you can go to get the recording of this and all the programs that happened this evening within 1 week. Good luck, everyone, with your college search and have a little fun. See you soon. Bye-bye.